Well, the story of John Lewis is one of courage, conviction, and change. And now a brand new musical is bringing his early years to life. And it's happening right here in D.C. next month. Mosaic Theater will premiere the original production, Young John Lewis. Not often that we get to say that, which is really cool, original. And here to share more about the upcoming show are the talented performers, the minds behind this who brought this to life. We have Reginald Douglas, we have Psalmayene 24, and we have Kokayi. Welcome, you three. Thank you for being with us.
Thanks for having us.
I mean, we were just chatting during the break. There's so much to talk about. Tell us a little bit about this production, which focuses on John Lewis's early life, right? Tell us about this.
Absolutely. So this production really focuses on how John Lewis became the myth that we know now. We focus on his activist years, and it's framed by the killing of Emmett Till and the assassination of Martin Luther King Jr. Very, very important years in John Lewis's life and important years in the civil rights movement.
And when we're talking about an original production, how much research, Psalm, goes into something like this?
Tons of it. I mean,
Tons.
this is
yes, and period. Yeah.
Yes. 7 years in the making. We actually premiered this show last year in Atlanta. This is our DC premiere, and we've reimagined a lot of things. Brought in Kokayi as the composer, and Reg has done a great job in just producing this, reimagined production.
Yeah, Kokayi, we got to talk about the music here.
Oh, for sure.
You composed this. Talk to us about the hip hop element of this. So cool. I'm sure that draws in even maybe younger audiences to a musical production. Talk about how people connect.
Yeah, we wanted to make sure that we had music that reflected the time, right? How do you put protest and how do you put frame that time within the music of today? And we also wanted to tap into the diaspora of black music. So not just hip hop, but jazz, pop, electronica. We've placed all of that within the play so that we could create a great soundscape for people to get into what Young John Lewis was about.
Oh, I love that, a soundscape. I mean, it sounds like a little history lesson, a little music history lesson in there too, a cultural lesson, just something really special. Okay, so we want to talk about another element to this production, not just what you come and see on stage, but Reg, there is a citywide reflection series.
Yes.
Okay, what is this? How does this fit into everything, Reg?
So Mosaic Theater, I always say the mission's in the name. We believe there's really exciting opportunity when you bring different cultures and communities, perspectives together through art. That's what art does best, what music does best. It brings us together. And this story, the ongoing fight for good trouble, what it means to celebrate American history, black history, and what it means to look at that today, that's a citywide conversation. And so Mosaic's been doing work in all 8 wards of Washington, D.C. We had a beautiful event at Howard University last night. We want to take the themes of good trouble and activism and the idea that anyone can make a difference, no matter how old you are, like John Lewis at 18 and 20 years old, no matter what your background. We want you to be inspired by this legacy and what it means to us today. So if you go to mosaictheater.org, you can see all the ways we're working with community partners, from the Smithsonian to local senior centers, to spread this work and get the message out.
Love it. I bet they boogie in there at the senior centers too.
It's exciting, yeah. We do a special program where we invite high school students and senior centers to see the play together for free, and then have a conversation after. So we get to honor the legacy, but also young people right now experiencing this world and bring them together through Kokayi's great music and Psalm's beautiful play.
That is so special. Yeah, to hear some history maybe firsthand from someone who lived it there. This message, I know this has been in the work for years. Why do you think these themes are so important right now?
Oh my goodness. These are sort of evergreen themes, this idea of human rights, human dignity, and love. Really, that's really what undergirded the movement, and that's what John Lewis really, that was the wind under his wings. That's really what drove him forward. So that's really what we're focusing on.
And we could talk all day. In fact, we were in the break before this about the performers and some of the talent in this, because people think New York, Broadway, no, DC, and you all said it starts here.
That's
actually.
True. So many great shows you're seeing in New York start around the country, and DC is a great home for new work, new musicals. At Mosaic, we've produced 2 shows that are currently running off Broadway, and this is going to be the next, because this music is so joyful, it's so uplifting, and this story is full of hope. And so we want audiences to come see DC artists, Atlanta artists, New York artists, all coming to Washington to make this work come to life for the first time. And then who knows where it's going to go next. But my eyes, of course, are on Broadway.
There you go, as they should be in the musical theater space. Favorite number? We don't want to give it away because guests are going to have to go check this out for themselves. Maybe Kokayi, one of those that you composed and you said your fingers were a little hot as you were putting that fire on paper.
My favorite right now is The Boy from Troy.
Ooh.
It took us about 15 minutes to make that song.
Oh my goodness.
It was done in the night and stayed up a little late, but came back with a banger. And we have
Certified, as the
we have an
kids say.
excellent cast member who brings that forth, and Solomon, who's an amazing artist and really brings that song to life.
It's like Reverend Dr. King as James Brown.
Yes.
So it's exciting. It's very new.
Okay, hey, that's a tease, and we'll leave it at that. Boy from Troy. Folks got to check you out. We have details on screen, Mosaic Theater, where you can go and get tickets for this big debut coming up in just a couple weeks.
Yeah, March 26th.
Oh my gosh, March 26th. Mark your calendars, gentlemen. Thank you all
Thank you so much
for being here to share with us. What a treat. I would sing you to break, but we don't want to hear any of that. We'll be back right after this.